Is there a certain type of workout routine that everybody should partake in?
150 to 200 minutes per week of Zone 2 cardio is going to be required for health.
Dr. Andrew Huberman doesn't look strong by accident. At over 40, he maintains a lean, muscular physique year-round. Not through extremes, not through gimmicks, but through consistency applied almost every day of the year. In this video, we'll uncover how he stays jacked for 325 days and why his approach works when most routines fail. Stay tuned, because the second last secret actually gave him shredded abs that most can only dream of. But before diving deep into the science behind muscle building, let's see why Dr. Andrew Huberman is so important.
An athlete, train like an athlete. And I think that's something really special that sets aside what you do from what a lot of other very well qualified people do.
Andrew Huberman is not a fitness influencer who stumbled into good shape. He is a neuroscientist, a Stanford professor, and someone who spent years as a competitive athlete before ever stepping into a laboratory. That combination matters. He understands performance both from lived experience and from hard science. Before becoming known for his research and podcast, Huberman trained seriously in combat sports and strength-based disciplines. He knows what it feels like to push a body hard, to get injured, and to rebuild. That background shaped how he views training today. Not as something driven by hype or emotion, but as a system that must work long-term. In the lab, Huberman studies how the brain and nervous system control behavior, stress, recovery, and adaptation. In the gym, he applies those same principles. His approach rejects extremes. He doesn't chase motivation, viral workouts, or short-term transformations. He builds routines that can be repeated hundreds of times without breaking the body. That is the core of his philosophy. Progress should come from consistency, not punishment. By aligning exercise with sleep, recovery, and biology, Huberman created a system that keeps him strong year-round. Not because he trains harder than everyone else, but because he trains smarter and longer. And that brings us to the first secret in Huberman's training routine: training frequency and structure.
And as you get older, it's not just about keeping your heart healthy. It's also about maintaining tissue health.
Huberman said it himself. It's not about giving your body a nightmare, but it's about consistency and frequency. Huberman's training frequency is high, but it is never careless. He trains often because the body adapts best to regular exposure, not because more is always better. The structure of his workouts is designed to support long-term strength, not short bursts of intensity that lead to injury or burnout. Most weeks include multiple strength sessions using either full-body training or upper-lower splits. This approach allows muscles and the nervous system to be stimulated frequently while still recovering between sessions.
If you're going to train in the gym, don't look in the mirror. Don't think about moving weights. Think about challenging muscles.
Instead of annihilating one body part and waiting a week to train it again, Huberman spreads the workload across the week. This keeps strength levels stable and muscles responsive year-round. Volume is tightly controlled. Sets and reps are chosen to drive progress without creating excessive fatigue. He avoids junk volume and focuses on quality repetitions that challenge the body while preserving form. Intensity is used deliberately. Heavy lifts are included, but they are balanced with sub-maximal work that allows for consistent performance. The goal is not to feel destroyed after every session. The goal is to be able to train again tomorrow and the next day and the next. By avoiding constant failure and excessive soreness, Huberman protects his joints, connective tissue, and nervous system. This structure allows him to train hundreds of days per year without breaking down. It is about intelligent frequency, controlled intensity, and training that respects recovery as much as effort. And although the frequency is important, it is nothing without one substantial tactic that can jeopardize all your efforts. And that part of Huberman's routine is compound movements. While having a discussion with Jeff Cavalier from Athlean X, Huberman and Jeff noted down a few key aspects of strength training.
I think it's like a 60-40 split, which would be leaning towards weight training, strength and then the conditioning aspect be about 40%. So if you look at it over the course of a training week, 5 days in a gym would be a great task. And obviously not in the gym, it could be done at home.
If you're expecting secret machines or exotic movements, this is where most people get it wrong. Huberman's strength training is built on exercises that have survived every trend for a reason. The foundation is simple, but the results are anything but. Compound movements dominate his program because they demand total body effort. Squats and deadlifts train the legs, hips, core, and grip in one coordinated action. Presses build the chest and shoulders while forcing the trunk to stabilize. Pull-ups strengthen the back, arms, and posture at the same time. Loaded carries tie everything together, teaching the body to move and brace under weight, not just lift it. These movements don't just add muscle, they preserve athletic function. They train balance, coordination, and strength in positions the body actually uses. That's why they work year after year without breaking the system down. Isolation exercises are not ignored, but they are used with intent. Huberman adds them to support joints, correct imbalances, and strengthen weak points that could lead to injury. They exist to protect the main lifts, not to inflate numbers or chase a pump. Strength is treated as a long-term investment. Every exercise earns its place by contributing to performance and durability. This approach explains why his physique stays consistent. He builds strength that lasts, not muscle that disappears the moment training slows down. Those compound lifts build the frame, but Huberman knows strength alone doesn't keep a body functional year-round. What allows him to train again and again without breaking down is what comes next, and that's the second last training secret in his routine. Zone 2. Cardio.
Is there a certain type of workout routine that everybody should partake in?
150 to 200 minutes per week of zone 2 cardio is going to be required for health. That could be in the form of swimming, walking on the treadmill, though ideally you do it outside if it's fast walking or incline walking.
Cardio, used correctly, doesn't steal muscle. It protects it. Huberman prioritizes Zone 2 cardio, a steady, moderate intensity where breathing is elevated but controlled. This type of work strengthens the heart, improves mitochondrial function, and increases the body's ability to use oxygen efficiently. The result is better endurance without the hormonal stress that strips muscle or interferes with recovery. It's not about suffering through every session, it's about staying just uncomfortable enough to adapt. Long, steady sessions form the backbone of his conditioning. They support circulation, speed up recovery between strength sessions, and allow him to handle higher training frequency overall. Instead of feeling drained, his body becomes more resilient. Workouts feel smoother. Rest days actually restore energy. Additionally, Huberman revealed a strategy that worked best for him when he added in some weight training, along with cardio.
At least to me, if I keep those workouts to about 10 minutes of warm-up and 50 minutes or so of really hard work for resistance training, and I keep the cardiovascular work to about 30 to 45 minutes, I feel great.
High-intensity cardio is not ignored, but it is used carefully in Huberman's routine. Short bursts are added sparingly to maintain speed and metabolic capacity, not to chase exhaustion. Too much intensity would compete with strength training and increase injury risk. Huberman avoids that trap by respecting how the nervous system recovers. This balance is why muscle stays intact. The heart, lungs, and muscles adapt together, allowing consistent training across hundreds of days. Staying jacked for most of the year doesn't require choosing between strength and endurance. It requires understanding how they work together. Huberman's approach proves that when cardio is programmed intelligently, it becomes the foundation that keeps strength alive. All that training volume, strength work, and cardio only work if the body can recover from it. That is where Huberman places his real advantage, and it's the last secret in his routine. Focused recovery. Recovery is not treated as downtime. It is treated as part of the program. Sleep is non-negotiable. Huberman prioritizes consistent sleep timing because it regulates hormones that directly affect muscle growth, fat loss, and energy. Poor sleep disrupts testosterone, growth hormone, and cortisol balance. Good sleep restores them. Without it, even the best training plan slowly collapses. Andrew Huberman also prioritized 3 vitamins that help in fast recovery.
The kind of golden 3, according to Andy Galpin, and the ones that he recommends are sufficient omega-3s. Again, that can be accomplished through diet, low, vitamin D, and in some cases, magnesium malate. Magnesium malate seems to be particularly effective in offsetting delayed onset muscle soreness.
Adding to the vitamin D intake, the sunlight exposure is used deliberately. Morning light helps anchor the circadian rhythm, improving alertness during the day and deeper sleep at night. This alignment allows the nervous system to recover more efficiently, which means better performance in the gym and more stable energy throughout the day. Stress management is approached with the same seriousness as lifting. Chronic stress competes with recovery and muscle maintenance. Breathing protocols, deliberate downtime, and controlled training intensity keep the nervous system from staying in a constant fight-or-flight state. This protects both hormonal balance and long-term motivation. Recovery is what allows consistency. The goal is not to crush one perfect workout. The goal is to show up again tomorrow with the body ready to perform. When sleep, light, and stress are aligned, training stops feeling like damage control and starts feeling sustainable. This is why Huberman can train hundreds of days each year. Recovery is not an afterthought. It is the system that keeps strength, conditioning, and health moving forward together. Huberman stays jacked not by pushing harder, but by showing up longer. His method proves that science-backed habits, repeated over time, beat extreme programs every time. So, what aspect of Dr. Huberman's routine did you like the most? Share your thoughts in the comments and check out more content in the playlist. Subscribe for more.